Good day, everyone. It's Max, and welcome to Transport Fever 2, the Canadian Maritime series, and this is episode 3. Last episode, of course, we launched into our boat-making enterprise and shipping some stone around the Maritimes. Now, let's see how that stone is doing and check out our other lines, and even add a few more just to touch up as we head towards 1900. So, when we last left off, we had just put in a boat line. And sure enough, that boat line has now been working, and it's now 1877. Getting so much closer to 1900. Whew, I'll be glad when we get there. Of course, the boat line is making money. Again, boats will make you money, just not a lot at any one time, until they really get into a little later stage where you can get some of them in. Now, the only real adjustment I made to the boat line was I didn't like the spacing. The spacing was too close. So every time the depot, right? So this boat, he's doing a thing. He's just left, but there was boats in between these, and what was happening is that the dock just wasn't having enough time to replenish before the next boat was coming along. So what I've done is I've taken the boats out, every second boat off, and we had, I think it was 20 boats. So I took every second boat off, but there was kind of a space of like 5 boats. So from the start to the end, there was like this 5 boat space. So I took half of them off, but then added 3 back to close up the gap in the spacing. So now they're all evenly spaced with what I would call a 2-boat gap and not a 1. And that seems to be working really good at about $500,000. So I'm pretty happy about that. Now, I'm still kind of hoping for 1900. Yes, I could try a train line, but it's still too early. It's too early for a train line. Yes, I mean, I could try a simple train line somewhere, but I'm kind of hoping to put in a train line, like a line. Let me tell you about my grand vision of a train line. So, of course, what I would like to have is a figure 8 loop of the Maritimes. Now, in today's Maritimes, there is only one train, passenger train service, and it's the Via Rail, which comes out of Toronto, Montreal, down through here. I believe it makes a couple of stops. I think it might do Fredericton and Moncton. I'm pretty sure it does Moncton. It will do a quick stop in Truro, and then the main terminus is here in Halifax. In fact, the train actually would come around this side of the harbor, or on this side on the left, and it actually circles right around the entire island. And actually, the main train stations are down here. Down here on the bottom corner is where a lot of cargo and stuff is, but it's also where a lot of freight cargo comes in. And this freight cargo goes in and out this same way. It's kind of looped by train lines. So my hope, anyway, in this map, of course, we kind of aren't really restrained by that kind of stuff. I would love to do a figure 8. So, we have all these towns here, right? You have Halifax, Dartmouth, Bridgewater, Yarmouth, Digby, Windsor, Truro, right? Port Hawkesbury. Well, that could be the bottom half of an 8 loop. Then up here you have Moncton, St. John, Fredericton, Woodstock, Edmundston, Campbellton, and Bathurst, and that could be the top half of an 8 loop. Now, somehow I would really love to work in Summerside and Charlottetown, and I'm still kind of trying to figure out a way to make that work. It's not to say that I can't build bridges. Once you start making bucket loads of money, really, anything is possible if you just want to throw money at it. So it's a thing we can do, but that is kind of my vision. To do that vision, though, I want to at least have trains going 100 kilometers an hour. And to get those trains, you got to get to 1902. So that's why I haven't jumped on the train bandwagon just yet. And there's still a few things to go. For example, I forgot poor old Summerside up here. I actually kind of did the road for them, but I never did the freight line for them. So we can get that set up and make a little money there. And I know I didn't do St. John and Fredericton, um, and that's because yes, there's brick right here, but my closest stone is down here along the bottom shore. That really is a train line looking to happen. I mean, really, that is, and I'd like to have better trains to make it happen. So I am willing to kind of hold off on St. John and Fredericton for now, but we should be able to set up that Summerside line. Um, let's see, and again, I don't really, I don't see a tools area around here really close. So I will have to double check on that and see what's going on there, right? But and nevertheless, we'll carry on and we'll at least take care of the Summerside line while we're letting this run for a nice, easy episode. So this is going to keep running. The date's going to keep running. Hopefully, we're going to keep making more money, and we'd like to set up this nice little stone line for Summerside, so as they too can get in on a little bit of this action, because we want to be able to give them a few things, and that's pretty cool. Let's see. We are going to set up a line. Let's do that. New line. Of course, we want to. I'm pretty sure that's the stone. Yep. We haven't even got stations in there yet. I guess I'm not doing that either. Let's get some stations in there first. No, yes. There we go. One station, all 20, all the time. Going to be a bit tricky. You're going to drop off that brick and then have to drive this. But of course, we want to. We'll probably try and have it as close to this town, I guess, as possible. So we'll put that one there. And then the stone is all the way up here. Now, I actually want to make a lot of money on this stone, so I'm actually going to keep it as close to the brick as possible. And at the same time, the half brick, I'm going to at least try and make money back to here. So that, of course, is what we're doing. All the brick. They want all the brick on this road, so we're going to give it to them on that road. Right there. Now we can do this line. We can do this line here for sure. Let's put this in over here. Yep. You know what? We'll make it the nice red color. We'll give that one up there, and then we'll tap that into the corner there. And this should be a Summerside. Summerside brick truck line. There we go. And we have a garage here in Charlottetown, so let's give them a few trucks. Now, we did get an upgrade. Like, literally, like 1875. We got the American horse-drawn carriage. It's quite the upgrade. We got 2 whole kilometers more an hour and 1 extra cargo. So, we're going to actually probably do some line upgrade. You know what? I was going to do some line upgrading, but I think we'll just wait. Again, we'll wait until like we get into the closer to the 1900s. When we get the steam trucks, they'll carry 1 more and 5 more kilometers an hour. That's when I want to hit it up. I'll want to hit them up and do a big upgrade. So I think that's the big plan there, right? The Summerside brick truck line. Yes, that is what we want. Very good. Just to bring up the wonderful accountant's spreadsheet here, because I know he's pretty happy. Look at that ship line pulling in $1 million. Yeah, he's happy. I know he's happy. Well, he's happier with me now than he was, right? Because he was all crazy paranoid, right? But he's pretty happy with me at the moment because the boats make money, and he likes it when we make money. Besides Fredericton and St. John, we've got everybody else hooked up. Except for poor Amherst. I'd like to maybe try and do something with fuel, but yeah, I don't really have a plan on that one either. Um, there is raw fuel here. Um, there is a an oil refinery. This would be a crazy line to set up though. I mean, there's raw fuel here. We come down here and grab it. But then that means dragging 50% all the way back to this here, and then dragging that to Amherst to then go pick back up. Can you make that work? Maybe. I guess the only way to find out is if we give it a shot. It does mean we're going to need a road and a thing. Now, this is something that is kind of more temporary than anything else. I am very tempted to kind of do a train line with Amherst to kind of get some of that good in there, but I'm willing to I'm kind of willing to give it a shot. I don't want to refine it here. Because, well, then again, yes, I could refine it here, haul the fuel back. It's still the same distance of no cargo. It might be a little shorter. Sure, just for the funsies of it, we'll try and do it this way. Fundy Drive Coast. Sure, we'll do it that way. Little drive up the coast. It's all good. What's a little money between friends? Shore up a little friends money. Everybody likes a little bit of money with friends, so we'll just do that. Yeah. Well, you know what? I'm not quite sure if I'm big on this whole driving all the way over to Moncton before you get in. Did I never hook that road up? That's kind of weird. Yeah, so we'll see if we can't just spend a little money on a semi-cheapy bridge here. There we go. Yep. Bring it on over here. Bringing it on over. Yep. So, are we going to make this work? Sure I am. Of course I'm going to make this work. We'll make it work. I'm going to want to drag this down as far as I can. I'll tell you right now, I would rather... I'll drag that oil for as far as possible. All right, let's see what we can do. Oil, which means I want to pick it up. Like, literally, I want to pick this oil up as soon as I can, right? From town. Right there. Is that the best? All right. Now, this is something I'm going to try and pull off. Can I get a road in here? Is that got connectors on it? I don't know. Does it? Does it not? It will if I... Yeah, okay. So, if I put it down here, sure, and then kind of draw a road out like this, can I move that factory even up the road further? Because I want raw resource to be able to get as far up the road as possible. All right, here we go. That works for me. Okay, and I'm going to want to drag it down the road as far as possible to make money on it. But now I need a second platform because this is going to turn into a resource of a resource. And now, because that wasn't in range of that, that's okay. We'd like to be able to kind of move up the road here a little bit, somewheres around here. Yeah, that will probably do. And now to get it into Amherst, of course, is the big trick of the day. And we'll stop. We'll pause there for a second. Let's get this fuel in here. Let's see. Let's drop it off on this road so they can circle back around using my 4-lane road. The other thing I did do while I was kind of just letting the boats warm up is I took $5 million and I've put all my circular roads in. Now, this is something I do try to do somewhat early in the game Because once the computer starts building out, and you can see the computer is building out, like they got resources now, right? They're building. So once they start their building and it gets quirky, it gets it like 5 million now or 500 million later is literally the saying, right? You will spend a lot of money blowing up towns to get 4-lane roads in later if you don't try and get them in now. And so basically, I've kind of got the towns mostly surrounded. Like, yes, okay, I'm okay with spending $2 million later to upgrade this one piece of road. Fine, okay. But I don't want to spend 200 million trying to upgrade all the road. and losing a lot of buildings in the process, because they will now build some really nice stuff in here. So in any case, that's the other thing I've done. And sorry for all the scroll. I'm trying to demonstrate this. Let's get a line in here. Let's do that instead of me moving around and making myself dizzy. That's an idea. Let's see. This is going to be orange because it's kind of a fuelish line. So start here. Drop it off here. Drop it off here. Come back to town. Boom. Do that. Amherst, you've been upgraded. And I know I always spell Amherst. A-M-H. Okay. I always spell it wrong. Just A-M-H-E-R-S-T. I always spell it wrong. Amherst fuel truck line. Now, of course, one day, when we run trains, I might replace a few of these lines, but a lot of these lines will remain forever. I mean, they're good profit lines. Why would we destroy them with trains when, like trying to run a train up this, to get a train to do this kind of thing, it probably isn't viable. Right? When that is going to make us bucket loads of money. That's what it's all about. Of course, we're going to get some trains in here. I mean, it's transport fever. Of course, there's going to be trains. Let's get a garage going. And where are we going to put this garage? Someplace, of course, where I'm going to have to blow it up about 4 episodes from now. So we'll put it there. And we're going to buy some vehicles. We're going to buy some of them fancy covered horse-drawn carriages. Yeah, and now this line's going to need some horses, because this is not a short line. You know what? I'm feeling 75. Yeah, I think. Yup. Do that. Okay. So let's have this run for a bit. Let's see if we make any money on it. Of course, we've got we got the Amherst line in, and we also got this new Summerside line in. So let's see if we make a little money on this. Let's bring up our latest lines here of a little bit of the moolahs. Of course, we're going to be taking a little bit of loss there for a bit, because that's what we do. And then hopefully they'll turn a profit. Let's do a little bit of the zip stuff. Yes, just going for a sail. Here we are. We just actually left the brickyard, and we're now sailing through the Bay of Fundy. Actually, we're just going by Windsor. Hey, watch out for the traffic here. I got a full load of brick going on. Of course, we've just left the Windsor brickyard, and there's the town of Windsor over there. And if I swing around here a little bit, just a little bit of camera maneuver there. There, of course, is the New Brunswick side of the Bay of Fundy as we're going by with a ship traffic here, man. Holy smokes, you guys are crazy. So we'll just swing back around here. Now, I've been letting the time run on, of course, but I just recently stopped time. And now we're going to get out of this camera view here in a second. But this is some nice looking stuff, except for when the ships are running into each other. You guys got to stop that. These boats are doing really good, right? Sometimes upgrading isn't always better. I mean, look, this one guy, he's making $600,000. He's doing good. He's got 30 brick on. Yarmouth itself is getting 108 out of 145 brick. I mean, it's doing exactly what I want it to do. So taking that every second ship out and then filling in the rest of that enclosed space with those last 3 boats to space them out was definitely the right maneuver there. Let's bring up the accountant, because the accountant loves me. Look at this Amherst line, $750,000. Now that's how you make a line. I mean, same with the Summerside line. Look at that, $718,000. Now they are running the bigger horses, right? So they're carrying a little more product, shipping it a little bit faster. So they're going to be making some more money. But the Amherst line was broken, actually. I had done it in reverse, and I'm pretty sure anybody that was watching was like going, no, it's backwards. Yeah. So my first stop was for the raw oil. But then I was trying to drop it off here at the refinery first and then down here. That was kind of a mess. So I did fix that. And even though it was running a decent profit at the start, it actually started to just barely make any money after about 7-8 years. And the year is 1893. As I said, I did stop time now just to kind of do the wrap-up show part of the program. And the reason it was only breaking even is because what was happening was it was picking up this oil, but then dragging that oil down here. So it would stop here, but it wouldn't drop it off, of course, because it's not refined oil. It needed to keep going. So it would go down here and drop it off and pick up refined oil, but then drag it all the way back to Amherst and then all the way back here before refining it. Yeah, so there was a big chunk of space where it was losing money. And basically, it was just breaking even. Once I fixed the line, bam-o. What do you get? Yeah, the accountant calls me up and says, yeah, I don't know what you did, but you did a good thing there, so just keep doing the good things. So, of course, we got the monies. We got $126 million in the bank, right? And we're in 1893. These guys are happy as anything. They're all happy that we are giving them the stuff and the things. Maybe I should have slowed the speed down a little bit because he looks like them horses. They they are running hard. I realize, look, come on now. I mean, I'm out to make money, but I'm not out to ruin livestock or anything here. I mean, gee whiz. It's pretty intense stuff, right? Amherst, it's a busy town. It's a busy town going busy places. And they got busy horses that drive busy fast. And, so they know what's going on. They know it's all about making that money. They making that max money. Max likes that money. Max money. Show me the money. So, they're doing pretty good. One other thing I'll make a note of is that I did spend, and here's a big comparison. I spent $5 million putting in circle roads around all the towns. Over here, I upgraded this little part of the road, this bridge, and this piece of road here cost me $15 million already. And I had to do something. The traffic over here is atrocious. And what was happening was, you'll notice here, and it still does it to a degree, but not as bad, it was blocking up my oil delivery to Dartmouth. I mean, that's how bad it's gotten here. The traffic is just atrocious here. I'll be glad I could try and pull it off with stagecoaches, but we need to get into 1900 so as we can fix these roads up and get bus lanes in, because that's the only thing that's going to save Halifax, Dartmouth, that's for sure. I mean, it's... I can see me putting in a $50 million bridge down here somewhere and a bunch of other crazy things, and it's going to get expensive. Everybody else is happy as a clam. They're like, everybody's happy. Sydney, they're getting their brick. They're happy. They're a little short at the moment, but they pick up and they pick down, right? And they're all happy. Port Hawkesbury, same deal. They're getting their brick, right? They're like, hey, when are we getting food next? Because we're all happy. I know. Down here in the valley, the fuel people, they want their stuff. they're all happy. And I mean, these roads are clogged with my trucks, my horses. Look at them all go. They're doing a crazy thing here, right? We are looking at like Fuel Central, because that's what we do. We deliver the stuff and the goods, and we got horses picking up and dropping off and all the things. So with that, that will probably wrap it up for this episode. A little bit shorter, this one, I think, but nevertheless, next episode, we're pushing for 1900. We're pushing for 1900. We've got enough money saved up, and really, I should be letting this run again. I'd only paused it briefly there a few moments ago. We're making $7 million a year, right? So it wasn't hard to make the $134 million in the a dozen years that's gone by from 1880 to 1893. So in that dozen years, it wasn't hard to make the $134 million while letting the clock run. It's just, it literally is. I wanted to make sure to stop time to show you that Amherst problem, and made sure that I just literally swapped the destinations in the lines. I did not delete the line. I just deleted the single stop and then moved it to the right spot in the stations. That way, it didn't destroy the line or the items that were on the line or anything that was in the horses. That's important. With that, I'm Max. This is Transport Fever to the Maritimes, because here in the Maritimes in Canada, it's a pretty cool place. Maybe you get to come hang out sometime. And while we watch all the horses drive by here, next episode, I'd really like to get to 1902, and let's put some trains in. And I will see you on the next one. Take care.